Hey, amazing people, whoever you are around the world watching this Getting Started training. Thank you so much. My name is Oliver Grimbly. I am a Ruby director currently, but not for long. You've always got to be growing, right? If you're not growing, you are dying. And I'm going to be taking you through a Getting Started training that I actually learned from another Diamond director. So I'll give him the credit, Aaron Biley, great guy. Absolutely inspirational. Got to spend some time with him recently, and I'm going to be sharing my sort of flavor on it, and I hope it really sets you up for success. If you do all of these things, you will have a very good chance of getting some amazing results in the business. So without further ado, if you don't complete all of these steps, you will fail, right? And the number one thing that we should learn to do to earn income quickly and duplicate globally is keep it simple, right? Just keeping things simple is the secret to success in this business. You know, we are the ones that overcomplicate it. It is a simple business. So the objective of this training is to teach you simple, proven principles anyone can follow, give you a structure, a plan, and a system you can follow and duplicate easily. The reason I've highlighted certain things in red, as you'll see throughout this presentation, is because those are the things that I feel are really important. So simple, as I've mentioned, duplication is the name of the game. What does it matter if you learn this stuff, but the people in your team don't learn it? Then there's no duplication. So duplication is key. So make sure whoever it is you introduce to this business, you get them to go through this training and you run through these steps with them as well. And it's also here to help you assess if you have what it takes. Most people fail to reach Sapphire and above because although they have good intentions, everyone wants to do it, they either have no plan, they don't stick to the plan, or try and overcomplicate it. This will make it near impossible to reach your goals. I'm amazed by how many people tell me, Ollie, I want to hit Sapphire. And I say, great, well, Sapphire is very general. What is Sapphire? Or I don't know. Okay, so you want something that you don't even know what it is. It's kind of crazy, but that's what people are doing. So you need to know that Sapphire is 12 executives. So now you know, I need 12 executives. What is an executive? An executive is 2 people. And then I need to sponsor somebody else, help them get 2 people. Somebody else help them get 2 people. Do that 12 times, I'm Sapphire, right? So you need to know exactly what it actually is. Now, in your first 48 hours, I want you to understand, what professional network marketers do, what are your goals, what time you can invest in this business. So whether you're part-time, whether you're full-time, I suggest if you're part-time, 8 hours a day, you work 2 jobs back to back pretty much. That's if you're really serious. Otherwise, at least an hour, 2 hours a day, fit it in somewhere after work, before work, at lunchtime. And if you're full-time, obviously you can work up to 16 hours a day. Create your dream list. Those are the people you would like to work with. Choose your accountability partner. Accountability is proven to help you become much more successful. Purchase your business building tools. Launch, start prospecting, inviting, following up, and enrolling people. And in your first 30 days, you want to make sure you're using the product, becoming a product of the product, learning your back office system and pay plan, creating your scripts and story, which will give you the story you create, but we'll give you the scripts. Learn how to handle objections. Educate yourself on the industry, mindset, and personal growth, right? Plan and attend live events. So find out when the next event is in your area. Provide great service and become a leader. So let's get started with number 1. Understand what professionals do. Well, we do not sell, right? Or convince people to join our business. If we have to convince you to join the business, we're going to have to convince you to work the business. And that's not what you want. You want people that actually want to do this, that would love to be a product of the product, in other words, a customer, or who would love to actually build the business just like you love it. So we are in the sharing business. So I want you to just write that down. We're in the sharing business. We share information. We are not the message. We are the messenger, right? So we have amazing tools, videos, information, webinars, events, and all you got to do is share that information. The better you get at getting people to look at the information and simply following up is the better you'll become at this business, right? and then share your story. So you've got to actually start using the products, take your before picture, start using the products. You're going to start get amazing results. Not only will the products be amazing, but you'll start earning income, and you can start to talk about that side as well. And if you feel like, oh, well, I don't have a story, share somebody else's story, the person that introduced you to the business. There's so many people that have got amazing stories in this industry. Just share somebody else's story until you create your own. And you actually do have a story, because otherwise you wouldn't be looking at this. Whatever it is, you're probably, somebody who absolutely wants more for life, and you feel like this is that opportunity. That's the story in itself. So number 2, your goals. Dream big, right? If your dreams aren't big enough and they don't scare you, you need to think bigger. Make sure they are crystal clear. Clarity is power. So write them down and pin them up. In other words, create a vision board. That's at the bottom over there. What you see, right? What you don't get what you want, you get what you picture. I love that. Read out loud every day as if you have already achieved them. In other words, I am. I call it an I am statement. Write down I am followed by what it is you want to achieve, and read it every day. For example, my I am statement: I am an unconditional loving entrepreneur, Avatar international speaker, and diamond director, connecting people, making millions, and transforming the lives of billions throughout this universe. So I am living in that affirmed future reality, even though it hasn't manifested yet, right? But I believe it. And so it will be. Record yourself reading them out loud and play it back regularly. Have smaller goals to tick off along the way to your big goal. In other words, guys, don't join the business, think about Ruby Diamond. Join the business and just focus on going Jade. Day 1, you join, focus on getting 2 people going executive. Once you got to executive, let's go Jade. Now I need to get my 8 enrolled or my 4 executives. Now I'm Jade, cool. Now let's focus on Pearl. So focus on the next goal, the next step. And once you get there, think about the next one. The goal specific and time frame, you need to know what it is you're looking to achieve exactly, and set a goal. Or do you want to hit Jade in your first 30 days? Do you want to hit Pearl in the next sort of 30? There's a GPS promotion which is perfectly set for you to win $500, right? If you just hit Jade in the first sort of 30 days, Pearl in the next 30, you get another $1,000. If you hit Sapphire after 90 days, you get another $3,500. It's crazy, right? So you can make $5,000 in 90 days. Review your goals regularly. So read those goals and have them up where you can see them, and make your mind movie. Guys, this is a very powerful tool. It's called a mind movie. It's basically watching your future. You can set it up at mindmovies.com. I've got a mind movie and I watch it every day. Ask yourself, what time can you invest? So you've just joined the business, great, but now you need to time block. Look at your calendar and say, just like you schedule a meeting with somebody who you would never miss the meeting with, never miss a meeting with yourself. You're the most important person, right? So set a meeting with yourself to work on your dream, on your future, on you. And what time of the day will you do that? And sit down and work out your exactly week to time commitment, best structured and organized, plan ahead, use a diary, calendar, phone to stick to your commitments. You can use your phone, you can whatever, write down, Google Calendar, iCalendar, there's all sorts of tools these days. Is your time commitment in sync with your goals? So if you're working an hour a day, don't think you're going diamond in a year. That's not realistic. So just make sure you sit with your upline and ask them, say, I want to hit Sapphire in this amount of time. So if that's the case, how much time would you recommend I commit daily to my business? Create your dream team list. How cool is this? We're in an industry where we choose who we work with. So aim for 300 plus people. A lot of people say, oh, it's a lot of people. It really isn't, guys. It's only you speak to 10 people a day, you could speak to all 300 people in 30 days. Right? So just ask yourself, who do you know, and start writing them down. Don't leave them in your phone and stuff. Sit down, get them out on Excel or on a piece of paper. Write down everyone you know. Take them out of the phone onto paper. It's called brain dumping. And once you've written all those people, if you haven't hit 300, go back to the top with the first person you started with and ask, who do I know that knows this person? And now write down in a column next to that all of the people that you know that person. And now go to the second person. Now, who do I know that knows this person? And carry on writing down in that second column, and you should hit 300. And if you haven't hit 300 by the time you've done that, go to the second column you've just created and ask, who do I know that knows these people? And create a third column. You'll be amazed after 1, 2, 3 degrees of separation, how many people you know. Identify your red and green apples. Your red apples are people that you just think no, or are not really ambitious, wouldn't necessarily be the best people, to use the product or the business. The green apples, these people, are ambitious, they self-motivated, they're looking for more in life. Those types of people, write them down, because those are the ones you want to contact first. And then start with them, those go-getters, and the people that you actually have connections with. Phone them first, because those are the people you'll be more comfortable speaking to. And then leave the rotten apples to later, if ever. And it's funny because often that includes family. You can't choose them, but you can love them. But often enough, they will initially judge what you do. It's just the reality. But then at the end, my parents are now both in the business. In fact, they're actually in my team. So it's quite funny. When in the beginning they told me I was crazy. So just focus on you and your business and speaking to those warm market go-getters first. An accountability partner. Guys, this is so important. If you appoint an accountability partner to someone, to yourself, and that can be an upline, it can be a partner, it can be a downline, it can be a crossline, anyone really who you can work with, who you resonate with, who can help you stay on track. And research shows you are 10 times more likely to succeed with someone to be accountable to, right? And there it is by Forbes magazine. Accountability, whether you love it or hate it, it is invariably one of the active ingredients for personal and professional success. Business building tools. Okay, you get your business cards, download J-Mobile, download Momentum, download Zoom Meeting, get a J-Kit. It's very powerful. Order it off your back office. And obviously, guys, phone, and please don't tell me you don't have airtime. Like, come on, like this is a business. Treat it like a business. It'll pay you like a business. Get yourself a phone with unlimited calling. These days, you can get it for 400, 500 rand a month at Cell C or Telkom, right? For a lot of minutes, right? 1,000+ minutes. And it depends where you are in the world, but you've got to get a phone, computer, and internet. Those are a must. Non-negotiable. You cannot build a business without them. So once you've joined, you need to plan your business launch, right? You need to hit the phone. But to hit the phone, you need to first create that list. So I want you to create that list of 300 names and numbers, get together with your sponsor, and they will help you call the first 10 or 20 or 30. They will give you the script, tell you exactly what to say. And, you could set up a meeting at your home for that weekend and just call people and invite them over, just like you would invite people to a barbecue or a braai, to come over to watch the rugby. Except this time you say to them, listen, come over, we're going to have a couple of drinks. It'll be really nice to see you. And I'm also going to just share a short opportunity video and some products with you that I think are really awesome. And just do that and have fun with it, guys. And really get good at inviting, not pitching people, right? We're not selling anything here. We're sharing, remember. So we're simply calling people and sharing some information with them, asking them, if they would be open to having a look at something that, that you think could change their life potentially. Less is best. Tap into the system, right? And the money is in the follow-up. So just remember, the average person, you've got to follow up with them 4 to 7 times before they actually join your business. So you need to have a really good follow-up system in place, whether you're using your iCalendar or you're writing down people's names. Never put down the phone without knowing when you're going to be speaking to them next, right? And when I say less is best, when you send them information, don't send them an email with 50 links. Just send them 1 or 2 links and maybe an article, right? And set up that follow-up call. And maybe on the next call, you ask them what they like best and you send them a webinar or you invite them to a live event. And the next call, maybe you set up a meeting with your sponsor for coffee or a one-on-one. Okay, being a product of the product. Guys, this is super important, right? I always see people that have joined the business and they're not using the products. And I say to myself, well, how can you go tell people to use a product that you're not using? Can you imagine the person asking you like, oh, cool, like you want me to get this product and then you're not even using it? Like it doesn't make any sense. So you've got to use the products. And guys, I love the products. You need to fall in love with the product because, you know, the ability to transfer enthusiasm is really what sales is. And that's the art. The art is being enthusiastic about the product. So the only way that's going to happen is if you start getting passionate and using the products, right? Money alone will not motivate you long term. You need to believe in the products in order to promote and share them. Again, enthusiasm, and you need to be using them and adding them to your story. You know, so talk about how you had never experienced a lot of maybe energy before, and you used to get tired in the middle of the day. Now that you take reserve, you have so much more energy, etc., etc. Maybe you have a health condition that's changed after you use this product for 30 days or so. You know, you'll see so many people that start using these products start getting compliments on their skin because the Luminous line is just incredible, you know, and you become a walking billboard. So using those products will really help to pique interest. And I always use the product in front of other people. So when I'm having meetings, when I'm going out, people are asking me, well, what is it you're drinking? What is that you take? You know, so those products are part of my life. People will only buy into the Jeunesse story and products if you have. Write that down. Number 9, learn back office and play plan. Guys, it's not anyone's job to teach you this. You need to teach yourself this, right? So you need to just get the Momentum app. Obviously, I'm going to talk about that next. But you can go on YouTube. Is amazing. You go on YouTube, you type Jeunesse back office videos, trainings. I mean, there's so much stuff on YouTube. And the best way is to just log in and learn it. You can't make any mistakes. And you can't get paid if you don't know how. Just remember that. So you need to watch the financial rewards plan. You know, it's on your Jeunesse website. You can also go to YouTube, type Jeunesse financial reward plan, Jeunesse compensation plan. Watch all the videos. Spend some time really understanding how it works. You know, the back office is how you run your business. So you need to know it. Knowledge of these things shows leadership, right? And J Mobile, which is an app you download, I'm going to talk about, is a marketing, is automating marketing machine, right? And it's a must. So create your scripts and story. There's a great book called Go Pro. Everyone who joins our team generally buys a copy. We have the audios as well. And there's a lot of other books I'm going to be mentioning for you on a slide later over here. We provide you with scripts. So whoever invited you to watch this training, ask them for the scripts. Story, you just speak about where you were, where you wanted to be, what you saw, what you found, and your experience so far, and your vision for the future. So use that as a template to create your story. And then that story is what you're going to be sharing with people, right? Include your story, the products, the company, the opportunity, the industry, and the systems, the team. Okay, create your scripts. Oh, I've just shown you that, guys, but this is the second part of it. Know that will happen. They are often a question in disguise. So we're talking about objections over here. So objections are when obviously you're going to phone up people, you're going to share information with them, and they might ask you, you know, well, they might come up with an objection like, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the money. So you need to find out what are the best responses to that. And again, you can YouTube this stuff. And we also have, whoever invited you to this webinar, we actually have a Dropbox folder. And one of the documents is how to overcome objections, which you can study, right? But just know that they will happen. They're part of the process. And they are often just a question in disguise. And they may be a sign of genuine interest in the product or opportunity. Remember that successful people really want to know what they're getting into. So they're going to have questions. So those objections can be really positive. It's how you choose to look at it. Never let an objection be the reason somebody doesn't join. They are not real, and you can show them this by telling stories. So if somebody says to me, oh, well, I didn't have time, you know, I'm too busy, you could say to them, you know what, I felt the same way. At the time I was working a 9 to 5, I was super busy, but you know, I didn't want to let that stop me from achieving my dreams. So I set out to really just make the time. And I worked an extra 2 hours in the evenings after work. And, you know, after 6 months, I was earning so much money part-time that I was able to actually sell or leave my job and go full-time. And now now I'm traveling the world and earning 10 times more than I was in my job. So that's exactly an example of how you could overcome the time objection, you know. And if they are not the right person or it is not the right time, that is okay. Move on to the next person. Remember, you will have 300 names and numbers if you start this business the right way. So you won't have to worry about one person that's really just a red apple or not looking to join. Industry knowledge and personal growth. Guys, these are the books that I was talking about earlier that you need to get into. You know, I'm amazed about how many people get into network marketing and they just expect to make rock star income, you know, and then they don't get income in the first sort of 30 to 90 days and they quit and say, oh, well, it didn't work. No, the truth is that of course it works. Otherwise there wouldn't be 300 plus diamond directors in the company. The reality is you didn't work it right. So sometimes you need to realize, you know, a doctor studies for 10 plus years before they go into surgical, you know, theater practice and do that work. Imagine I said to you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., you performing a heart surgery. You would freak out. You wouldn't be able to do it. Why? Because you didn't plan. You didn't become a professional. You're not a professional. But we somehow think, oh, well, we should just make money in 30 days in network marketing. It doesn't work like that. This is a profession. So understand that if you take the time to become a professional, you will earn that rockstar income. And it doesn't take 10 years. I've seen people do it in as little as 2 weeks to 4 weeks, and they actually have an amazing amount of knowledge, because we only have such a small amount of information that you really need to master. It's really 4 fundamental things, and that's recruiting, how to recruit people, how to promote events, right? Training, you know, how to train your team, how to get them going. And a lot of that's taken care of for you now with Momentum and all of the stuff that we provide, right? And, you know, just following up with people and getting them started right. So these books are really, really, really powerful. Own Your Life by Paula Pritchard. Great book. She's our diamond upline in the Global Partners Group, right? GoPro, I mentioned, really good one. 7 Secrets to 7 Figures. Type it on YouTube and watch it. It's probably one of the best books to get started on network marketing. The 4-year career, right? A lot of this stuff is on YouTube for free. We've also got a lot of these. So whoever invited you to this webinar, if you get access to the Dropbox folder, a lot of this is on there. Brilliant Compensation, Tim Sales Magnetic, sponsoring your first year in network marketing. That's a really, really good one too. Probably one of the best ones to read on this list, to be honest. Success in 10 Steps, Go for No. That's really great if you're struggling with people saying no to you, you know, rejection and the fear of people saying no. Think and Grow Rich is a timeless classic. And then obviously there's a lot of other stuff. Just speak to the person who invited you and ask them to give you access to the training on Dropbox. So plan and attend live events. Guys, must do as a leader. Events build big businesses. Look in red, the #1 technique for converting and engaging new team members. Whenever there's an event in your area, whether you have guests or not, you should be there. It shows leadership. And not only that, every single time you're at an event, it gets you re-inspired. It builds belief, right? You learn new information. It's one of the most important things you can do every month. I would say every week. Because if you're not going to an event every month, you should be having an event at your house, home meeting, etc., right? Builds relationships and it inspires people. Consider your own launch party online or offline, and it can be very powerful. Provide great service. Guys, just be a professional, right? So when you're prospecting, be professional about it. When you're actually getting people into the business and you get customers and they get products, you know, be a professional. And when you have distributors, treat them and lead them like a professional. And leaders, right? Just work on becoming a leader. And that's just somebody that's leading by example, doing the things that you expect other people to do. You know, a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So how to become a leader? Your team will do what you do, not what you say. Just remember that, right? So if you want them to come to meetings, you need to be at meetings. If you want them to be on the trainings, you need to be on the trainings. If you want them to download the apps, buy the books, buy the trainings, you need to download the apps, buy the books, buy the trainings. So whatever you do, they will do. If you are a 9 out of 10 as a leader, you will attract other 8s and 9s. But if you are a 2 out of 10, you will only attract 1s and 2s. Attending live events, being early, helping set up, enrolling people, having industry knowledge, strong mindset, doing 3-way calls, and just doing something every day in your business are easy ways to start showing basic leadership. Your business will rise and fall on the strength of team leadership. So guys, thank you so much for watching the webinar or this getting started training. There's a PowerPoint of this too, so you can download this and actually share this exact training with your team when you actually get them started. And you can just use this webinar to actually learn how to present this training, and then you start presenting it yourself. That's duplication. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Oliver Grimbly. Have a phenomenal, phenomenal journey in this business. I know it can change your life.